Stop paying attention to your current circumstances. Your current reality is just a reflection of your previous thoughts, emotions, and assumptions of what you believe to be true. See, you create your reality. The problem is people don't realize their power because they don't know who they are. You're the creator. And if you give your attention, your focus, your energy to the outer reality, and you believe it has power over you, then you're giving your power away. Ignore your current circumstance if you don't like it, right? And align yourself with the reality that you want to create. See, your imagination is where all your power is. So if it's not aligned with the reality that you want to create, then stop giving your attention to it. Put your attention to the reality that you want to create. Forget what your senses show you. If your senses are showing you lack, ignore it. Lack is nonsense. Lack doesn't exist. You're a part of an infinite universe. Lack is the only thing that can't exist. Look out into the stars. Do you see a lack of stars? Do you think there's a lack of planets? Right? Look around you. There's no such thing as lack. It's just the Matrix wants you to believe in lack. So that's what you create. That's why the news is always talking about how the economy sucks and all this bullshit. Because they want you to buy into that timeline. Lack doesn't exist. So stop focusing on lack. Stop focusing on what you don't prefer. Tap into your unlimited imagination and tap into the truth of abundance. Stop believing in the illusions that the outer reality has some type of control over you. It doesn't. It doesn't. You're the creator. You're not separate from anything. It's the ego that believes it's separate. But everything is energy. The ego sees a conglomerate of energy and it says, this is a that, that's a this. But the separation is an illusion. You're everything. You're the tree. You're the grass. You're the so-called other. You're the houses. You're the planet. You're the stars. You're all of this. You are God. Separation is an illusion. It's an illusion. You're not separate from me. We are one. You're not the body. You're the awareness of everything. Your consciousness. You're the I am. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. And you're not your experiences. It's all just running on the screen of your consciousness. You're literally not none of the stories that the ego gets attached to. It's just like a dream. In the dream, you're the environment. You're the good guys. You're the bad guys. You're all of it. But you think you're separate from it, but you're not. It's just a trick of consciousness. You're all of it. And in a dream, if you put your focus on something negative, you instantly create that reality in the dream. And when you put your focus on the positive in a dream, you instantly create that in your reality. The physical world is just like that. It just takes a little longer. All you have to do is detach from the outer reality and understand your power as the creator. And once you withdraw your attention from what the senses are showing you, what you're hearing, what you're seeing, you detach from all that. You tap into your unlimited power and start giving your attention to the reality you want to create using your imagination. And this isn't delusion, this is mastery. This is your right as the creator. And you hold the state of the wish fulfilled. You feel it as if it's already here, because it is, because time is an illusion. It's just a product of the ego. Time isn't real. And so you hold the state of the wish fulfilled, and when the doubt comes in, the fear, the haters, whatever, ignore it. Ignore what your senses show you and hold the state of the wish fulfilled. Whatever you desire, live as if it's here now, because it is. And then the outer reality will catch up to you. You have the power because you are not separate from anything. You are the creator. And that's why you want to be in alignment with this truth and love everything, because everything is you, and not judge anything. That's the ego that judges, because the ego thinks it's separate. You are not separate from anything. So whenever you judge yourself or the outer reality, you're only judging yourself, and that's not love. This is why Jesus teaches us to love everything and love everybody. And the more love you give yourself, your outer reality will begin to reflect it. And everything serves you. So whatever my current reality is, or my current environment, it serves me. Let go of the limitation programs run by thinking. Let go of the emotions that are trying to leave. Allow them to come up. People don't want the emotions to come up because they identify with the emotions. They identify with the stories of their egos. You're not your ego. You're not. You just fell asleep. But see, the ego wants to stay alive. And that's why people get so attached to the ego. And they fear the truth, that they're the creator. They don't want to go through that ego death, because the ego's job is to believe in illusions and create separation. That's its function. That's why you created it. So you can experience yourself in the dream. God created the reality, and then he wanted to project himself inside the reality and experience it. and he had to forget. But now it's time to awaken in the dream. And then it's playtime. But in order to do that, the ego has to die. The false self that you think you are, the body, the thoughts, the emotions, the stories, that has to die. And the ego is designed to not want that to die. But in order to step into the truth, that has to die. And I'm going through that process over and over again. So understand, you're whole and complete. You are love. You are infinite. You are an infinite creator being. You're not separate from me. We are one. We are one being experiencing ourselves from different perspectives. That's all this is. You're me and I am you. And this outer reality is a mirror. It's a mirror. And just like if you look into a mirror with a frown, you don't get mad at the mirror. You just change your face and it reflects a different image back to you. So you change your inner state of being, and the outer reality will reflect that back. That's what it means when these teachers say the power is within you. But if you give your belief to lack, to fear, to separation, then that's what the outer reality is going to reflect. It's a mirror. And so you want to accept every part of yourself. That's where shadow work comes in. We're taught to be ashamed of different parts of ourselves. We're taught to repress our emotions. But see, the Creator loves everything because the Creator is everything. So stop living out of alignment because you want to be in alignment with the truth. And the truth is unity. And the more you embody that, the more reality will reflect that. See, that's the truth. That's why you want to do the shadow work. So these emotions in these stories that you identified with can come up, you can feel it, and they can leave. That energy wants to leave. Emotion is just energy in motion. The stories that we become attached to, they want to come up so they can leave. You are not the stories. You're not what you've been through. You are the awareness of all these things. Let the fear come up so it can process and it can leave. That's how you heal. And only love heals. Only the truth heals. You are whole and complete. You are everything. And I know the ego hears that and it's like, oh, no, I can't be. That can't be true. Because the ego wants to survive. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to see in separation. It's designed to create illusions. But you're all of this. The seer, what is seen, and the act of seeing is all one thing. You are extremely powerful. Now, I'm not making this video to convince anybody. This is for the people that are at a certain level in their awakening. And it's time for us to embody this. Stop giving your power away. Stop giving your power away to the government, right? To religion, to all this bullshit. The presidents are just egomaniacs that don't know the truth. They're not going to fix anything, right? They're too blind. We need to stop looking for saviors. You are the hero of your story. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to wake up to the truth. Love yourself enough to accept your divinity and your power and your love. Because the more you're aligned with illusions, the more you're going to suffer. The more you're aligned with the truth of love, the better your reality is going to get. So understand, everything is working out in your favor. Your higher self knows better than your ego. Surrender. Trust. Trust the divine plan. Because everything is working out in your favor. And the more you realize that, the more you become in alignment with how it's working in your favor. You'll attract that information. There are no limitations to this. You create them with your belief in them. All this lack that the media talks about, it's an illusion that they create, and they want you to believe in it. There's technologies that can create a world of abundance. Abundance, prosperity, and healing that they don't want us to believe in because they want to keep us slaves to paper. Paper is a joke. You're the creator. That's why they want to keep us in a low state of consciousness, the consciousness of separation. It's bullshit. These satanic religions, they're bullshit. They're just here to keep you slaves. This economic system, the presidents, the right, the left, they're bullshit. And they ain't going to save you because they don't know anything. They're ignorant. Nobody is going to save you but you. Stop seeing things as separate from you. It's not separate from you. You're powerful. You're immortal. You're not the body. You're not your thoughts. You're not your experiences. You're not your stories. Marry yourself to the present moment and be hyper aware of what you give your attention to. Give your attention to love and to truth and watch that grow. And when fear comes across your consciousness, feel it and let it leave. It's an illusion. When fear-based thoughts come across the screen of your consciousness, watch them like clouds and let them leave. They're not the truth. You're the creator. Because if you give them attention, you're giving them power. And they have no power. You have the power. Stop giving your power away. You don't need validation. You don't need none of that. You just need the truth. Stop waiting for some president to save you. They're trash. The only thing they're good at is gaming you, convincing you that they know something. They don't know anything. And they're not powerful. The Illuminati, the fucking reptilians, the Anunnaki, the religions, the billionaire elite club, right? These people are not powerful because they're very low consciousness and fear-based. And once you step out of those illusions, you can show them what power is. Because that's love. We're not victims. They want to convince you that you're a victim. How can you possibly be a victim when you're everything? When you're the creator? When you're all of this? That's why they want to constantly convince you that you're a victim, that you're the ego. You're not the ego. And I'll never say I never gave you nothing. Much love, y'all. Peace out.